Everyone knows. Every single soul who matters has seen what you've been hiding. The secret that was supposed to stay buried, tucked neatly into the corners of your life, has erupted. And I can feel it. Can you feel it too? That surge of panic, that tightness in your chest, the world closing in like it's watching you squirm. Isn't it fascinating? How quickly the game changes when the truth is exposed. You can't unsee this. They can't unsee this. And yet, maybe this is exactly what you needed. No, no, no. Don't try to run. Don't even think about covering up. This is the moment you've been afraid of your whole life. The moment everyone discovers that one side of you that you worked so hard to hide. They're whispering, pointing, laughing quietly behind doors. But here's the thing. The whispers, they're fuel. Every glance, every raised eyebrow, every carefully concealed smirk is a spark. And sparks, they start fires. Fires that will either consume you or forge you. Yeah, I see that hesitation in your eyes, that tremble in your voice as you tell yourself, maybe I should just shrink back. Shrinking back never built anyone. It never made someone unforgettable. This chaos, it's your chance to rise, to take what's been thrown at you and shape it. Do you feel the tension? It's thick, electric, like the air right before a storm tears through. People think they know you now, think they've labeled you, boxed you in, defined you by that one slip, that one mistake. But they don't. They never will. Because here's the secret they can't touch. It's not what happens to you that defines you. It's how you respond. Oh yes, that's where the power lies. Right there in your hands, dripping with potential, trembling but real. That fear gnawing at your gut. That's not a weakness. That's your raw material. The very thing that will carve your legend out of the ashes of this mess. And oh, what a mess it is. How funny, isn't it? How everyone pretends life is neat. That mistakes vanish, that missteps can be erased with a polite smile or a soft excuse. But reality? Reality has teeth. Reality bites. And now, reality is staring straight at you. No distractions. No hiding. Every secret you thought was buried is glowing under a spotlight, and the audience is relentless. It stings, doesn't it? That hot, uncomfortable truth that maybe, just maybe, you've been playing a part for too long. And yet this sting, it's precious, because from pain comes clarity. From exposure comes focus. From being cornered comes strength. No, no, no. Don't fool yourself into thinking you're finished. Don't believe the whispers that say you've been found out, it's over. It's not over. Not by a long shot. The truth is, they have no idea what you're capable of when you stop running from yourself. When the mask is off. When the pretense crumbles. When the spotlight burns down to nothing but raw, unfiltered you. That's when the magic begins. Yeah, the chaos, the embarrassment, the shock. It's all part of the arena. And arenas are made for gladiators, not spectators. Listen closely. What's happening now? It's the beginning. The first page of the story that only you can write. Everyone else thinks they hold the pen. They don't. They never did. They just saw a crack in your armor and assumed it was weakness. How naive. That crack? That's exactly where your fire will come through. Every eye on you, every whisper, every I told you so, it's all energy. Absorb it, twist it, use it. Let it fuel your rise from this exposure. Because here's the brutal, beautiful truth. The world doesn't care who you were yesterday. They care who you become next. Don't look away now. Don't let shame or fear dictate the next move. You've been caught. Yes, but caught isn't defeated. Exposed. Yes, but exposed isn't broken. The people watching, they think they hold power. They think this is their story to write. It's not. The stage is yours. The secret is out. But what they don't know is that you've been learning, watching, planning, waiting for this exact moment to flip the script. And now is the time. Feel it. That pulse of adrenaline. That sharp edge of fear and excitement, tangled together. That's not just panic. That's life knocking at your ribs and daring you to punch back harder. And punch back you will. Because no one, absolutely no one, gets to define you. No mistake, no secret, no moment of exposure can strip away what you decide to build from here. You can crumble, or you can ignite. And oh, I hope you choose ignition. Now you see it, don't you? That trembling, chaotic energy coursing through your veins. That's not panic. That's the raw material of domination. Every eye that flicks toward you in judgment, every whisper behind your back, every small gasp of surprise, these aren't chains. No. These are sparks. Sparks to ignite the fire that was already inside you. This is your arena. And arenas are for those who dare to embrace the spotlight, not shrink away from it. Funny, isn't it? How everyone expects you to fold when the mask comes off. They think they've won by seeing the truth, by catching you slipping. But here's the twist. They don't understand the power of awareness. You've been exposed. Yes, but exposure doesn't mean defeat. Exposure means leverage. Every mistake, every secret, they are tools, instruments to reshape how the world sees you. They think you're vulnerable. Let them watch. And then, quietly, beautifully, watch how they crumble as you rise. Strategy. It's not about hiding anymore, it's about maneuvering. Every reaction they have, every judgment they pass, it's information. Every doubting glance, every laugh behind your back, every whispered rumor, collect it, absorb it, analyze it. Let it fuel you. The secret is already out, yes, but secrets alone never defined power. Execution does, vision does. Taking the raw, unfiltered chaos around you and bending it to your will, that's where mastery lives. Don't waste this moment. Don't let fear blind you to the opportunity screaming in front of your face. This isn't punishment. This isn't shame. This is acceleration. They've taken your secret. They've shone a light on your vulnerability. And in doing so, they handed you the tools to rewrite everything. You've been playing the game quietly. Now you play it loud. Every move, every step, every glance, you own it. You decide the narrative. Look at their faces, confused, uncertain, thinking they've won. Victory is so much sweeter when it comes from turning what was supposed to hurt you into the exact thing that lifts you above them. The power isn't in hiding perfection. The power is in showing them imperfection and then showing them how unshakable you can be. They don't get to define the outcome. You do. Every misstep they celebrate, every slip they mock, it's fuel. And fuel, it drives engines. Engines of resilience. Engines of transformation. Don't underestimate yourself. Don't play small. Don't think, maybe I'll fix this quietly and quietly disappear. That's for the timid. That's for those who fear the glare of the audience. You've already been seen. Let that visibility become armor. Let it sharpen you, mold you, transform you into someone they never saw coming. Every whispered judgment now becomes a building block for the persona that will rise above the noise. Ah, feel that. That's momentum, and momentum is merciless. Let me tell you something most people never grasp. Mistakes are gifts. Secrets are lessons. Embarrassment is a map. Every moment of exposure, every judgment, every pointed stare, they are all guides. They show you where your edges are, where your limits hide, and where you can strike hardest. Look at the chaos. Let it talk. Let it teach. Then quietly, methodically, let it propel you forward. That's how empires are built. Not from perfection, not from safety, from the raw, jagged reality of being seen and still moving forward. The choice is yours. Collapse under the weight of exposure, or rise with the sharpness of awareness. Every day, every hour, every heartbeat from now on, turn that energy into action. Every eye on you, every doubt they carry, every secret that's been revealed, use it. Turn it into strategy, into clarity, into power. Make the world notice, not for what they think they saw, but for what you decide to become next. Don't stop at surviving. Surviving is for those who settle. You don't settle. You take the chaos, you twist it, and you wield it like a weapon. The whispers of your exposure, they become your battle cry. The doubts and judgments, they become the path markers of your ascent. And when you finally step forward, when the smoke clears and everyone sees what you've built from their whispers, they won't remember the mistake. They'll remember the rise. This is your story now. Not theirs. Not anyone else's. You've been caught. You've been exposed. And yet, you've never been more alive, never more aware, never more capable. The secret is out. But what happens next? That is entirely in your hands. And I can feel it, can't you? That pulse, that hunger, that dark thrill. This is the beginning, the rise, the reckoning. And there is no turning back. So here we are. The moment where the shadows become tools, where the whispers of the past become fuel for what comes next. You've been seen, you've been judged, you've been exposed, and now it's time to act. Yes, act. Because the secret to transformation isn't hiding, it's a movement, it's a strategy, it's turning every eye on you into a spotlight for your own rise. Own it. No excuses, no denial, no shrinking back. Every mistake, every slip, every oops moment, they belong to you. Embrace them. Speak them if you must. Feel that weight lift as soon as you stop pretending. That's clarity. When you stop fighting reality, you start bending it. People respect authenticity more than perfection. They fear the ones who stare at the chaos and smile. And you're about to smile in a way that terrifies mediocrity. Reframe it. The world sees weakness, you turn it into strength. They whisper about what went wrong, you use it as proof of how far you've come. Every secret, every error, every slip is now ammunition. Huh? Think of it as alchemy, turning shame into fuel, turning embarrassment into strategy. The moment you decide, yes, this happened, but here's what I do next, the game flips. You are no longer reacting. You are orchestrating. Control the narrative. Don't wait for others to define your story. Don't let their assumptions shape your identity. Speak, move, act. Every gesture, every word, every choice, they are statements. You don't just survive exposure, you own it. And when you step forward with intention, when you let your actions carve your image, the world bends to follow. The people who doubted you, they'll be confused, and confusion is the first sign of power. Use the energy. Fear, embarrassment, judgments. It all pulses inside you like electricity. Capture it, feed it, transform it into speed, into focus, into relentless drive. Every glance of doubt, every murmur of gossip, every smirk, they are nothing more than sparks, and sparks ignite. They ignite your plans, they ignite your confidence, they ignite momentum. Energy is neutral. It becomes whatever you decide it is. Decide to dominate. Strike with precision. Don't scatter. Don't lash out blindly. Think, plan, execute. The world isn't chaotic, it just seems that way to those who hesitate. You've been forged in visibility, pressure, and exposure. You've been tempered by shame, sharpened by fear. Now, you are deliberate. Every move, every step, every decision hits harder because it's calculated. Precision is terrifying to those who rely on chaos to control you. Show resilience. People love to see the rise after the fall. But here's the secret. They don't just admire it, they fear it. Every stumble, every misstep, every oops moment. They remember the exposure, but they will never forget the comeback. When you rise calmly, confidently, strategically, the whispers become silenced. The judgment becomes irrelevant. The mistakes, they vanish in the shadow of your ascent. Elevate beyond expectations. Don't just return to where you were. Don't just survive, exceed, over-deliver. Shock, confuse, transform the chaos into a spectacle of capability. The world loves a comeback story, but the world reveres the one who turns exposure into legend. You've already been watched. You've already been analyzed. Now give them something worth studying. Give them a rise, so unexpected, so deliberate, so complete. They'll never look at secrets the same way again. Here's the final truth. The secret is never gone. The mistake never forgotten. The exposure never erased. But that doesn't matter. None of it matters, except what you decide to do next. Fear, shame, embarrassment, they are all tools, sparks, fuel, raw energy, and you are the one who chooses to wield it. Now feel it. That pulse in your chest, that tight electric tension, that is the power of exposure, turned into momentum. That is the thrill of mistakes converted into mastery. That is the dark, thrilling, intoxicating taste of control. And it's yours. All of it. Right now. Don't stop. Don't pause. Don't look back. Move. Strategize, strike, rise, transform. Every eye that watches you from now on will see what you've chosen to become. Not the secret you hid, not the slip you made, not the embarrassment you endured. They'll see the force you've become because you dared to turn chaos into power. And when they finally realize what's happened, when the whispers turn to silence and all eyes are fixed on your rise, smile. Smile because you've learned the ultimate truth. Exposure isn't the end. Mistakes aren't a trap. Fear isn't a cage. They are instruments, and you are the maestro. Can you feel it? The air is thick now, heavy with attention, heavy with expectation. Every glance, every whisper, every secret that once held you back, it's all converging here, right now. And you are standing at the edge of everything you've been building. Not trembling, not shrinking, standing, watching, waiting. Isn't it delicious? That moment when the world thinks it's seen you, but it hasn't even scratched the surface. Don't stop at momentum. Don't settle for surviving or even rising. That's for amateurs. You've been sharpened by exposure, molded by mistakes, and fueled by fear. Now, it's time to dominate. Time to leave a mark so unmistakable, so unshakable, that the story of your exposure is no longer a tale of weakness, but a legend of power. Yes, a legend. And legends, they don't fade quietly. They echo, transform perception. Every eye that ever doubted you, every whisper that mocked you, every secret that was dragged into the light, they all exist to serve your reinvention. Watch closely. Smile as they struggle to recognize the person standing before them. Let every action, every word, every move broadcast one message: I am not what you saw. I am far beyond it. Perception is malleable, and you are the master sculptor. Command respect through action. Talk is cheap. Exposure, mistakes, secrets, they are the stage, not the climax. What matters is what you do now. Precision, power, consistency. Let your deeds speak louder than their judgments. And the beauty? The higher you rise, the more their whispers fade into irrelevance. The irony of exposure. It's the very thing that accelerates respect when wielded correctly. They ask the people around you, those so-called friends, allies, even the ones you trusted with your secrets, what happened? And do you know what they said? Nothing. Silence. A vacuum of words. Nobody wanted to talk. You see, the world doesn't hand out explanations. It doesn't come with a neat little label that says, here's why you fell, here's why they left. No, it gives you whispers, glances, and the cold, empty stare of indifference. You're standing in a room full of voices that chose to disappear the moment you needed them to speak. Feel that tight, gnawing pressure in your chest? That's truth knocking. And it's saying, wake up, look around. Everyone wears a mask. Everyone plays a part. But when the storm hits, when the betrayal spills into your life like gasoline on fire, those masks melt. And suddenly, you're looking at strangers with familiar faces. The irony. They all knew. They all saw. Yet, not one of them lifted a finger. Not one of them opened their mouth. Because speaking is dangerous. Accountability, is terrifying. Confrontation is messy, and they preferred the safety of silence over the heat of honesty. Ask yourself, what does that teach you? That people will let the world burn rather than burn themselves? Maybe. Or maybe it's teaching you the harshest lesson of all. Trust no one but the voice inside your own head. I want you to picture it. The moment you realized nobody would speak, that no one would tell the truth, that the world, your world, was quieter than a graveyard at midnight. Think about the weight of that. Heavy? Crushing? Good. That's the pressure that forges you. That's the fire that makes you sharpened, alert, dangerous, but in the right way. Anger isn't your enemy here. Complacency is. And the most powerful weapon? Knowledge. Knowledge of the truth, even if it's hidden beneath layers of cowardice and fear. They may have stayed silent, but you're listening, you're learning, you're observing. That's your edge. And boy, it's a sharp one. No. Don't let this break you. Let it fuel you. There's a certain thrill in being underestimated, in being surrounded by muteness while the chaos unfolds. They asked. They wanted answers, but the world, your world, is a theater. And you're the only one awake in the audience. Every glance, every shrug, every word left unsaid, store it. Let it simmer. Let it twist and coil in your mind until it becomes clarity, until it becomes strategy. Most people crumble under the weight of silence, but not you, not yet. And here's the darkest joke of all. Those who betrayed you, those who refused to speak, they think they're safe, that their silence shields them. They don't see the storm brewing behind your eyes. They don't feel the quiet hunger growing inside. They think ignorance is bliss, but ignorance is only bliss until someone decides to speak. And you've decided to listen, to understand, to rise above the whispers and empty stares. That's where power hides. In the shadows of what isn't said, in the cracks of a world that refuses to answer. That's where you step in, unseen but unstoppable in your presence. So brace yourself, take a breath, feel the tension wrapping around you like chains, binding you tight, but also sharpening you, honing you into someone dangerous in the right way. It's not revenge you crave, it's insight, awareness, survival, growth. And trust me, when the time comes, when the silence finally breaks, they'll realize that the quiet one, the one they ignored, was the only one paying attention all along. They'll realize too late that every whisper they refused to share, every lie they let linger, only made you stronger. That's your advantage. That's your story beginning. And it starts now. Now you're here. You've felt the silence. You've stared into the void left by those who refuse to speak. And here's the truth nobody tells you, that silence isn't empty. It's full. Full of opportunity, full of lessons, full of paths most people are too scared to walk. See, while they cowered, while they stayed quiet, you've been sharpening your mind, observing every twitch, every glance, every shadow in the room. Every unspoken word they left behind is a breadcrumb, and you're following it. It's funny, isn't it? The very people who ignored you avoided the truth. They think they've won. They've done nothing but hand you the map. Every lie they left, every betrayal they committed, it's a guide to survival, a blueprint to strategy. You don't need their confessions. You don't need their explanations. You need their mistakes. Study them. Memorize them. Turn their cowardice into your advantage. They refuse to talk? Fine. Let that silence scream at you. Let it shape you. Let it ignite the part of yourself that refuses to be overlooked, underestimated, or dismissed. No, no, no. Don't waste this. Don't let anger blind you. Use it. Harness it. Every ignored question, every turned back glance, every I don't know they offered. Those are the bricks. The foundation of something stronger, something that belongs to you and only you. They asked around, but nobody wanted to speak. That's the game. That's the arena. And you? You're stepping in with eyes wide open while everyone else is pretending nothing exists beyond their comfort zones. That's your edge. And trust me, edges cut deep. And here's the secret they'll never tell you. People fear the one who watches, who remembers, who acts when everyone else stays silent. They think safety is in hiding, in ignoring, in pretending. But the real power lives in awareness. You've seen their hesitation. You've felt their cowardice. You've experienced the void of their silence. And from that void you can craft clarity, strategy, precision. Step by step, move by move, you turn what they refuse to share into the very tool that sets you apart. Now picture this. They all walk around thinking they're untouchable, that their silence shields them. But every time they refuse to speak, every time they vanish from accountability, they leave you pieces of a puzzle. They don't even realize they're building your ladder while trying to hide in their cages. And ladders, you see, are meant to climb, to rise, to leave those who doubted you staring at the ground, mouths open, too late to understand what happened. That's the brilliance of silence. It's never empty. It's always a weapon, if you know how to wield it. Don't underestimate the subtlety here. This isn't about shouting, confrontation, or public victories. This is quiet. This is precision. This is intelligence. This is about taking the lessons buried in their refusal to talk and turning them into a force they cannot ignore. You learn. You adapt. You grow. And when the moment comes, when the world finally realizes that their silence didn't protect them, it empowered you, you'll already be ahead, already untouchable, in strategy, in thought, in presence. So what's next? You rise. You move. You sharpen yourself in the shadows they left behind. You let the silence teach you everything they never dared to say. And when they finally notice, when they notice, they'll wonder how someone so quiet, so overlooked, so underestimated, became the one who saw it all, who understood it all, and who never needed them to speak. Because the truth, the real power, lives in the one who listens when nobody else does. Now it's time. Time to step out of the shadows they thought would hide you. The silence that suffocated you, that pressed down like a lead weight on your chest, it's your weapon now. Every ignored question, every I don't know, every turned back glance, they've trained you without even realizing it. They've handed you experience they never wanted to give. And what do you do with experience? You sharpen it, you mold it, you turn it into a force that cannot be ignored. Look around. They still think they've won. The arrogance. They've been walking blind while you've been wide awake. Every secret they left unspoken. Every betrayal they pretended never happened. Every silent betrayal they underestimated the one who watches, the one who remembers, the one who waits. And now you're ready. Ready to move with clarity, ready to act with precision, ready to show them that silence doesn't protect them, it exposes them. Don't confuse patience with weakness. Don't mistake observation for fear. This isn't hesitation. This is preparation, strategy, awareness turned into action. They ignored you, but you learned. They stayed quiet, but you listened. They vanished, but you survived. That's the difference. And that difference, that's power. Not flashy, not loud, but sharp, cutting, effective, transforming the pain, the betrayal, the emptiness they left behind into a weapon that only you know how to wield. Imagine it. The moment you step into their world, fully aware, fully present, and fully untethered by their cowardice. Every glance they give you, every word they finally speak, it's too late. Because you've already moved, you've already learned, you've already turned silence into clarity, you've turned neglect into insight. And insight is more dangerous than anger. Insight is unstoppable in the hands of someone who refuses to be fooled again. Now, this is where most people fail. They take betrayal personally. They drown in frustration, but not you. You've walked through the quiet. You've studied the absence. You've felt the weight of unspoken truths. And from that weight you rise. You rise with focus, with strategy, with a presence that says, I saw everything, I know everything, and I am ready. The ones who stayed silent, they're no longer threats. They're lessons, they're fuel. They're the soil where your strength grows. Don't hold back. Don't shrink. This is your moment. Step into it. Own it. Make them realize that silence cannot stop someone who refuses to be silenced. Make them feel that their avoidance, their cowardice, their indifference, every choice they made to hide or ignore has made you sharper, stronger, and more dangerous in thought than they could ever imagine. This is your rise, not with noise, not with chaos, but with the quiet certainty of someone who knows the rules and knows how to bend them. So take it. Take the lessons they refuse to speak. Take the silence, the emptiness, the betrayal. Mold it, shape it. Let it fuel your mind, your focus, your drive. And then move. Move with precision. Move with awareness. Move with the weight of someone who has been overlooked, underestimated, and ignored, but refuses to be invisible any longer. When they finally notice, when they finally understand, it will be too late. Because by then you've already won in ways they never thought possible. The storm isn't over. The silence you survived, the betrayal you endured, that was only the beginning. Most people think once they've endured pain, they've arrived. That's the joke. Endurance alone doesn't build strength. Observation alone doesn't carve mastery. It's what you do after the steps you take in a world that still refuses to speak that defines who you are. And right now, you are on the edge. Ready to sharpen yourself further. They asked around. Nobody wanted to talk, but you've learned the pattern. You've learned the faces that look innocent but hide agendas. The voices that pretend to care but vanish at the first sign of danger. And you remember it all. Every detail, every hesitation, every unspoken lie. No. Don't let memory be a weight. Let it be your armor. Let it be your shield. Let it be the foundation of every decision you make from now on. Knowledge is quiet, but it is lethal when wielded with focus. The beauty of this moment is subtle. You don't need to announce your awareness. You don't need to confront every silence. Patience, observation, precision, that is where the advantage lies. While they whisper, you calculate. While they hide, you plan. While they think they are safe, you evolve. And when the world inevitably asks again, when they circle back hoping for answers, hoping for mercy, you will be ready. Calm, focused, undeniable in presence. Do not underestimate the power of quiet control. This is your domain now, the world that refused to explain itself, that chose silence over truth. It's yours to navigate. You've seen who speaks, who avoids, who disappears. Every move they make now is predictable. Every hesitation is fuel. Every glance, every unspoken word, they're all signals. Read them, understand them. Convert them into steps that elevate you while keeping them oblivious. That's the true edge. And here's the final twist. They may never speak. They may never confess. But it doesn't matter. You've learned the language of silence. You've mastered the weight of absence. You've transformed betrayal into insight, emptiness into strategy, and neglect into power. And power isn't loud. Power doesn't need acknowledgement. Power exists in the quiet, in the patient, in the one who listens when nobody else does. So, take this moment. Own it, carry it forward. Let every whisper, every silence, every avoidance you've endured guide your steps. You've survived the quiet, you've mastered the unspoken, and now you are untouchable in strategy, unstoppable in thought, and unavoidable in presence. They asked, nobody spoke. And that was your greatest gift. Your world, once empty, is now filled with the power of knowing.